I want to start by saying, obviously, I'm an alumni of Michigan State, and I've gotten asked quite a few times, about over the last day or two, even before that, about, all the things that's come out. And, as a diehard Spartan fan, as an alumnus, as a supporter, I wish those affected, whether you were touched by it, broken by it, shaken, whatever it did to you, I wish them well in their recovery. And, the victims and the other supporters, because it touches everybody in a different way. Whether you're a supporter and it, just kills your pride, or whether you're a victim and, you going through the things that you're going through. So I wish them well in their road to recovery. I offer my support to Coach D'Antonio and Coach Izzo in their efforts to rebuild and to help the victims in any way that they can. They say the true test of a man and his character is what he do in a time of adversity. And I know those two guys, will stand up and do whatever they can to help. And so I look forward to helping in any way I can. Those affected, like I said, supporters, most importantly the victims, in any way I can help, I look forward to that. And just wanted to start by saying that.
Well, I'll ask one question about that then, Draymond. What do you feel about the leadership of your university during all this?
That's my statement on it. I wish the supporters well, and I wish, most importantly, the victims well. And, on the road to recovery, it won't happen in a day. It won't happen in a year. But like I said, I offer my support and help in any way that I possibly can to help those affected by it.
That's a basketball question. Then we've sometimes, maybe it's been a little drowsy in here this season at home. Obviously, the energy was different tonight. Did you feel it right away? And what did you think of the level of play in this game?
The level was great. That's a very good ball club. They've been top of the East all year. They beat us on their home floor, and they came in tonight ready to go. They got off to a great lead. But our second unit came in, kind of got the game back under control, and then we were able to kind of work from there. But the intensity level was great. The energy in the building was great. Very fun game to play in. It's a team that we know we may possibly meet down the road. So we understand that as well. But a very, very fun game to play in.
Yeah, Draymond, on that note, I mean, it is a regular season game, but it could be a team you guys see down the road. What do you take away from this game that could be applicable for playoff matchups and that sort of thing?
Well, obviously, you want to guard Kyrie a little bit better, although I think a lot of the shots he hit was tough. I don't know what he started that game. I know he missed like 3 shots down the stretch, and he still, and the one heave, and he still ended up 13 of 18. So, just really trying to guard him better from the start. But like I said, some of those shots, he's a great player, and some of those shots was just him, Kyrie being Kyrie, great contest, and he was just doing what he do.
Draymond, what do you think about how the adversity that this team has dealt with, the Celtics, with the injury on opening night, and are you surprised that they're doing what they're doing now?
Well, with opening night, a guy you go out, signed to a max contract, all-star, goes down. It's tough, and nobody can ever guess that's going to happen, and it just does, and then you have to deal with it. And I think they've dealt with it as good as they possibly can, if not, as good as possibly anyone could, if not better. So, the young guys, Jalen and Jason, has both stepped up huge. Other guys have stepped up for him. Al Horford has stepped up. Terry Rozier has stepped up. Marcus Smart didn't play tonight, but he stepped up. And Kyrie's obviously Kyrie. I'm not surprised by Jaylen Brown play. I had this grind week this summer, and he came, and I saw we were still doing drills, hadn't even played it, and I immediately saw, this kid been working on his game. And so to see the success that he's having, it doesn't shock me. But I don't think anyone expected them to have the type of success they've had once, Gordon went down. But that's a true testament to that team. Kyrie's leadership in leading them, and other guys being ready to accept the challenge and stepping up.
They have the best defense in basketball numbers-wise. What makes them so good defensively?
Well, they're when you got two guys on the wing, 6'8", or 6'9", wherever they are, that type of length helps a lot. And then Al Horford, one of your backline defenders who's very smart. Kyrie, who's over the last couple of years has stepped his defense up a ton and started to take on those challenges, and has become a good defender. And then they rotate guys with Baron Baines, who's a bruiser. Thea's come in, who likes to bang. Down there on the block. I think that helps. So I would have to and they go 6'8", 6'9", 6'9", or 6'11", 6'10". Like, that length is tough, and they're scrappy. So, you got to give them a lot of credit for that.
Draymond, we've all seen games where Steph just kind of floats into 40 or whatever. Just kind of, he's just so good. But tonight, did you see him like he had to get points? Did you see that difference in him where offense maybe was struggling against a great defense, obviously, but he's out there having to score and realizing that and taking that responsibility?
One thing we always preach is ball movement. And the one thing that was so special about Steph night tonight, it wasn't like he was forcing anything. He just kind of took what the defense gave him. And it was a night where we needed it, where, everybody didn't shoot as well as normal. We needed somebody to step up and kind of carry the offensive load, and he did. Like you said, we've kind of become accustomed to him having games like that. But, in a situation like this, top team in the East, they're a great team. When we needed the most, he came through for us. But, that's kind of who Steph is. That's what he does for this team. There's no surprise.
Draymond, you mentioned how good Boston's defense is, but they didn't have Marcus Smart tonight. How did his absence affect their defense and maybe contribute to Curry scoring at 49?
I've never seen really one guy in particular lock Steph up. So, obviously, not having, Smart affects them. He's one of their top defenders. But I've never seen anyone just lock Steph up. So, I don't think like that was changing. No disrespect to him. I just haven't seen it. Maybe you have. But, yeah, I haven't seen it. 6 years now, I've yet to see that. So, yeah, I don't know.
You've obviously seen Steph have nights like this many times, but every time he goes off like this, is it the same level of excitement? Like, it never gets old, right? Does it kind of feel new every time still?
I wouldn't necessarily say new, but it's still exciting. You see some of the shots that he makes. And tonight, I don't even think there was many crazy ones. Like, we've seen him go off, and there's, like, some bombs from half court and, between the legs, crossover, behind the back, step back, falling away, three that hits nothing but net. Like, we've all seen that. I don't think it was much of that. He just kind of took what the defense gave him. So, I've seen, obviously 49 is 49, but I've seen crazier. And so, unfortunately for him, I'm not that impressed by what he did tonight.